How to evaluate occupiers liability. If you're really struggling with this style of question, then lucky for you, as a lecturer and examiner, I'm going to give you 4 of the best evaluative points that I would personally do if I was going to tackle this question. Number 1, the history of trespasses. When you're discussing this evaluative point, start by discussing what happened between Addy and Dunbrick and British Railway Boards and Harrington. And if you're not quite sure what that is, drop a question in the comments and I'll answer it for you. But then go on to speak about how Parliament led to the 1984 Act passing in order to bring clarity to what unlawful visitors truly are. Second, talk about the special liabilities under the 1957 Act. What I mean by this is how we owe a higher duty of care to children under Section 2(3)(a) and how even an occupier can discharge their duty of care as long as they have entrusted their work to an independent, reputable contractor under Section 2(4)(b). Any of the special liabilities that you can talk about under the 1957 Act carry so many marks as long as you are linking the relevant cases, and see down in my video what those relevant cases are. Number 3. Lack of statutory definitions. I'm sure you've probably understood by now that occupiers liability is littered with so many common law definitions and not enough statutory definitions made by Parliament. So one of the best things that you can do is criticise what is the problem with judges making law as opposed to Parliament doing it. You should know this anyway from the fact that it's against our separation of powers. Judges' role has always been to apply the law, not make it, and you can even talk about things like statutory interpretation within this. Finally, as a 4th evaluative point, talk about the differences between the 1957 Act and the 1984 one. We know under the 57 Act that a lawful visitor is owed a common duty of care to keep them reasonably safe, and under the 1984 Act, unlawful visitors are owed a statutory duty of care to keep them not injured. Can you see the problems with this? Does this impose too much of a burden on an occupier? Discuss the evaluative points around that, and honestly, these 4 are going to get you the highest marks possible.